Hello, everyone. We are back with another episode of Insightful Leaders, an initiative on the thoughts on education by Collegedunia.com. Today, we have with us Dr. S.C. Sharma, who is designated as the Director of Acropolis Institute of Technology and Research, Indore. Having an excellent academic log, Dr. Sharma's qualifications include B.Tech, M.Tech, PG Diploma, and PhD. He has received certifications from various distinguished universities like the University of California, the Tenerife University, and many more. Not only this, but he has also published more than 20 research papers, also in national and international journals both. His motto is to contribute towards the country and society by preparing young talents to combat future technical challenges ethically. Sir, greetings from Collegedunia.
Thank you so much, Ms. Priti.
So, sir, the very first question to you is, you have held the key positions at educational institutes throughout your professional career. What are the key factors that keep you connected with this industry?
So incidentally, it's a very good question, and I have been in this institution and academics for last more than 25 years. And incidentally, I was there in industry also for a couple of years, and that gives me an insight of industry, that what exactly they need from a academic education, isn't it? So I do have have experience of both the fields, and here in education, what I find that yes, of course, the compliments which you get from industry on the students whom you develop and the way you perform there, and that's the biggest compliment which we get. And incidentally, this is one of the noble profession where one, not only mold and frame the student for the society, also for the nation. And this is the very idea which keeps me connected with this industry. Thank you.
Okay, that's great, sir. So, sir, being the director of Acropolis Institute of Technology and Research, how do you stabilize about the key programs and plans for the marketing and administration of your institute?
All right. Incidentally, you asked about the marketing. See, my philosophy about marketing is a bit different. Marketing is required. Yes, of course, it is a part of management. But yes, this marketing is required for those, or those products which are not having a spending or who are, initially introduced to the market. But of course, yes, our standing in this education field is around 15 years old. And what I believe in, that our products, like students to whom we have been grooming and those who have passed out, they are our torch bearers and they are our brand ambassadors who are working very well at various high positions in various industries, and also be a part of the society in the form of entrepreneurs. So as far as the marketing part which you asked, I believe that their performance in this industry and their contribution to the society is our marketing strategy, and the word of mouth which is spread through them about our efforts to make these students very well placed at every sphere of life is our marketing strategy.
So, sir, we can see that you have done various certification programs and your education in foreign countries as well. So, the education system in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. You might have experienced that, right? So,
Yes.
in your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your institute?
Yeah, wonderful question. And of course, this is the very relevant question at this juncture where, things are going global. And
Yeah.
you will be happy to know, and you must have witnessed a couple of days back when the national education policy was launched by Government of India. And that has addressed all these issues, which would further, decrease the gap between the education which have been provided at national level in our India and the globally. So no doubt, we were not waiting for this policy to come. We already started working upon it. And you would be happy to know that we are stretching our boundaries beyond the syllabus and providing all the possible exposures and hand-on practice to our students, so that at least, the way the foreign countries and the developed countries are grooming their students, the same practice we have been following here. and as a result of which our students do not find any difficulty in the industry when they get placed, and on the very first day they have been assigned for the good assignments for the clients, and they have been working well. So as far as these two structured of Indian education and education there in abroad, of course it was there and it is there, and gradually with this policy naturally we are going to decrease this gap. And one more thing I would like to tell you that National Board of Accreditation, this accreditation, if a course is received by this NBA accreditation, that itself an indication that quality of education is there at a global level. And I'm really very happy to share with you that 3 of our courses, computer science, mechanical, and electronics engineering, are NBA accredited, and that itself is an indication that yes, they are at par with the NBA, and which is according to the Washington Accord. So, I mean, this is what do I mean in this case.
That's a great initiative, sir. So, my next question to you is, I believe diversity is the major key factor of any institute. So, any insights into how your college could be more welcoming to the students of different race and economic background?
We are not discriminating any of these students on various backgrounds, but of course, yes, we have been working on the various fronts which are required not only for the society but also for the industry. So, in all industry and society, if you look at, they are going to address the nation. So, the efforts which we are making to welcome the students is like, I would like to add here that we have dedicated career development cell. We have dedicated training, technical training skill development cells, and there are so many things we are doing for the students, so that right from the first year, whatever they have dreamed, so we guide them accordingly, so that at least in 4 years of this period, they can very well choose their right goal and march it in that fashion, so that at least whatever they have designed, they have decided, they can reach it. This is how we welcome those students. And as far as those students who are from economically background, society or family, for them we do have so many policies and scholarships to whom we promote. Like we have merit scholarship, we do have merit scholarship, and you wanted to know that as far as I believe that we are only the institute who is providing the award, attendance award. If those students who are having the attendance more than 80% and up to 100%, so we have been distributing scholarships to them. And for last 3 years, more than 1 crore of scholarships have been distributed among the students.
That is a wonderful news, sir. So, it is a great help for the economy as well. So, sir, being the director of Acropolis Institute of Technology and Research, what do you think are your roles and responsibilities towards the college and obviously towards the students?
See, as far as the director of the institute, there are so many responsibilities, but of course, the very first responsibility which I feel as a director is the quality education. Because, not only the student, but also the parents have a belief in the institute, and they come to us, after researching so many things, and then when they come to us, they come with the belief that in this 4 years, their ward, their child certainly going to get something out of Acropolis. And the very first responsibility as a director towards the students is that of course they must get a quality education, and there are certain landmarks which you must have observed. And I'm really very happy at this juncture to share with you that yesterday when the Honorable Vice President of India has declared the ARIA ranking, that is Atal ranking for the innovation practices in institutions, our institute Acropolis has stood among first 50 colleges among those private colleges and self-financing colleges in this ranking. So these are those things. So we are not confined only to providing the quality education that automatically not make them a good employee, but at the same time we have been doing so many innovation practices so that they can become a good and successful entrepreneurs. So this is what I feel my duty is as far as the students and towards the institute. And of course, at the end and the final goal is that though we are the among the private institutions, which is one of the most preferred destination for the student, and it will remain in due course of time as well.
Okay. So, first of all, many congratulations for the award.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Preeti.
So, what do you think should be the college's top priority over the next 10 years?
Of course, yes. This is again a good question. I am very happy to see you that and asking the questions which are very relevant. And as far as the top priority, if you have asked, then of course, yes. Nowadays, what I feel that of course we have to inculcate the ethical practices among the technocrats and the professionals. So we have embedded those things that our students should not only become as skillful and confident, but also become an ethical technocrat and professional. And for this, we have been working on various programs which are being promoted by AICT on universal human values. So I think more than 90% of our faculty members have got trained on this, and we are going to further inculcate those value system among our students. So that would certainly be our one of the priorities in next 10 years or so. And okay. This is from my side as far as this question is concerned.
So we would like to know, when you first joined Acropolis, what was your vision for the college?
Oh, that's great. I'm really very happy to share with you that I have been associated with Acropolis Group for last more than 9 years. And when I joined, of course, at that time also, even today, it is the center of quality education. All right. And of course, no doubt, and it's an honor for me to serve the Acropolis Institute for such a long time. One thing is there that we do have a visionary management, which has got a very clear and pious intent how to develop the student and contribute to the society. Of course, yes, as far as the question which you have asked, that when I came to the institute and what it is today and how it is evolved over time. So there are so many things. Like last year only, we have been ranked the platinum ranking in AICT CIS Survey 2019. That is an indication of our relation with the industry. So that is one of the milestones which we have achieved, and you wanted to know that we were only the institute from Madhya Pradesh to achieve this ranking. And we have been innovative. We have, over the time, what we have been embedded the practice to have good projects like those who can be serving to the society. Like we were the first who fabricated the robot one, which has been installed there in Indore airport. That is one of the things, and we are also working on those things, innovative things on which we can certainly directly or indirectly serve to the society and all. And of course, we have been working on sowing the seeds of entrepreneurship among the students. And over the time, you will find that as far as not only the placement, but also entrepreneurship would be another milestone as far as Acropolis is concerned.
So I would like to share my experience. So whenever I go to airport, whenever I see that robo, obviously Acropolis is the first thing that comes to my mind after seeing that. So the next question is, would you like people to know about your college that they may not know from our platform?
Yes, of course. A couple of things I have already shared. There are, as far as I understand, that there are only few things which are probably may not be known to the people, and they must know about it. The very first thing is that our quality education is our one of the USPs. Of course, yes, the placements of all those students who who are qualified and eligible or opt for the placements, they are 100% placed. Of course, as just I shared with you, that we do have a unique scholarship scheme for merit students, for those who excel in sports, and of course, even those who have a maximum attendance in the classroom. So these are the few key things which I would like people to know about the institute.
Okay. So what is Acropolis Institute of Technology and Research's greatest strength?
Not only the Acropolis, if you look at any of the institute, it is not the infrastructure which makes the institute. I mean, you'll find big structures, all right, much bigger than Acropolis. But what I believe that backbone of any institute is its faculty members. And we do have a very strong backbone, that is the faculty members, and their knowledge is the bone marrow of any institute. All right, so that is one of the strongest strength of the Acropolis, and as a result of which only we could find, other than what I shared with you, the achievements, but rather in 2020 itself, you'll find that Acropolis is stood amongst 80 best technical institutes surveyed by DataQuest. So these are the strengths, which I feel that Acropolis has, and which is the strongest backbone of us.
So, my final question. Any suggestions you would like to give to the current youth and aspiring students out there?
It's a wonderful question. That, of course, being a man of around 50 years, I do have a mixed, approach, young generation and the generation in between. So, of course, what I feel that there is a, appetite is missing in most of the students. Appetite to understand things, isn't it? So everybody would like to have, overnight success, which is not true. And at the same time, you would also agree with me that, availability of internet, plethora of information, all right, all the time, involvement in social media, that not only distract the youth today, but also, many a times you'll find that, it gives a distraction and, distraction meeting their own dreams. I think there must be certain limit up to which the youth should, work upon it, so that at least in a given time they can reach their goal. Right. This is what I would like to say on this part.
Okay. So, sir, thank you so much for giving us your valuable time. It was a pleasure connecting to you, sir.
Thank you, Preeti. Thank you so much.